What up, everybody? This is Joseline Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Giovanni.
We're already laughing because we know what we're about to tell y'all.
So first of all, to our audience, we appreciate that you are giving this ridiculous-ass show a chance because the fuckery that's going to ensue today will probably get me beat up, for sure.
Shit.
I mean, and you know what? That might fall back on me because something you're about to tell the audience, kind of.
Okay, so people, if you're listening to this in your car or somewhere having dry daytime sex with a stranger, we're getting ready to get into our weekend recap. But this is where we talk about the fuckery that's ensued since the last time you tuned in. So Melissa, you go first.
No. Well, we were together on Friday, last Friday.
Yes, we were.
And we were meeting with Floyd.
For those of you that have never heard us talk about it, Floyd Mayweather.
I was going to say, you must be tuning in for the first time. And we were standing outside of Floyd's building waiting for him to, show up and whatnot. And somebody kind of, rolled up on us.
So even though it's your weekend recap, can I just jump in and say what happened?
Absolutely, because I was sitting there like a spectator, like, oh my, did that just happen?
For the record, and I'm going to say this, Floyd Mayweather has asked me not to talk about this because he does not believe in getting in any mess. But
that's true.
Against the advice of my counsel and my mentor, I'm going to speak on it. Okay, so let me set the mood. We're waiting. We have a business meeting with Floyd. We're waiting in front of a building. And I'm sitting there talking to Melissa, who's sitting down in valet. Literally happened to look up and I see this guy coming towards me, this big guy. And he's looking at me, but he's giving me that I recognize you from Love and Hip Hop look. So I'm like, okay, it's fucking fan. This is maybe the ego in me. I don't know. This fucking fan is getting ready to ask me about Love and Hip Hop. Okay, let me get ready to say, yes, thank you very much. Appreciate the support, blah, blah. I look down at Melissa to prepare myself. And when I go to look up, Nelly comes flying around the corner, all in my face and clapping his hands like a seal. Telling me, he called me Cat Daddy.
He said, "What's up, Cat Daddy?" And I was like,
oh. But he clapped his hands like this, like literally came in my face and went like that, right?
That meant you about to get knocked the fuck out.
Well, first of all, no.
I was wondering what the translation was.
It's a Midwest thing, St. Louis.
Let me say this, okay. I'm not one to provoke anybody. I only react to what happened. So I'm going to say what I think about that. First of all, I was a fan of Nelly when he was famous, and I liked Hot in Here. When it came in the club, it was actually pretty hot, so I was hot in there. I have not heard a hit from Nelly, and that was probably going to be the best hit of his life because I would have definitely took him for at least $1 million, even though he probably would have had to get a loan. Let me say this. Okay, I guess Nelly heard our interview with Floyd Mayweather where I said, does he believe, I asked Floyd, do you believe that Nelly owes you a refund for the work you put into Miss Jackson? Mm-hmm. I thought that was a funny-ass joke.
Everyone kind of thought that was funny.
Right?
Yeah.
So Floyd didn't answer. We moved on. We didn't say anything else. So Nelly comes clapping in my face. Here's the deal. I'll just go ahead and put some business out there. There was a moment where Chili from TLC was on tour with some white group. I can't remember. Anyway, they were on tour. They invited Floyd to come to the show.
How long ago was this?
Probably about a year ago.
Yeah,
about a year ago.
Okay.
Floyd went to the show to go see Chili. And the money team, we rolled deep. At least 30, maybe 40, 50 people. So the money team gets there and Nelly sees Floyd and them backstage and calls the police on him. Now, this is what I don't understand. If you're mad at Floyd Mayweather or you're mad at me for talking to Floyd Mayweather about your girl who was once his girl, how the fuck you gonna come take it out on the radio guy? Like, you gonna fight the radio guy? You gonna fight the gay dude? Okay, so let me understand this. You, instead of trying to make a hit to get some money to pay for that expensive ass girlfriend of yours, you gonna come attack me? Why not roll up on Floyd?
Well, I mean, think about it.
You gonna be his hit.
Well, yeah, I mean, but think about it, okay? It's easy to attack the radio guy. I mean, right now Drake has a huge beef with, the
Funk Master Flex.
Exactly. He's literally like, if you want me to perform at Summer Jam ever again, you're gonna fire Funk Master Flex. And I'm just like,
there's a problem. Here's the epidemic. First of all, I know you rap niggas are barely finding out what condoms are, but I'm really fed up with y'all attacking people who just speak on the shit y'all do. I ask a question. You get mad at me and attack me, but you call the police on another man. I don't understand where Nelly was coming from. I would love for him to come on the show and have a conversation about it since he was all in his feelings.
Yeah, he's absolutely invited to come on the show and talk about it and talk about his current and future projects.
Real Husbands of Hollywood coming out.
Bam, there it is.
Is that what he's working on?
That's what
that show.
he's on that.
But is he on the show?
I love
He's on that show.
Okay, well, I haven't watched it in a long time. Nonetheless, I don't hate Nelly. I actually was a fan of Nelly's before his ridiculous ass sensitive bitch made behavior the other day. But I kind of feel like for you to attack me, if you're going to clap in my face, at least slap the shit out of me, because I would have respected him more had he hit me. Because I'm gonna tell you what would have happened. My nigga, I would have called the police on you like a white woman. I'd have sued you like an Asian woman.
Damn.
And I'd have testified like Ray Charles, because I'd have been acting blind like a motherfucker, like you just knocked all the sense out of my face. But anyway, enough talk. This is the most anybody's talked about Nelly in the last year. So let's just move right along. So what else did you do this week?
On that note, so Megan had her costume roller skating party.
I so forgot
I'm
about
so
that.
mad that I missed the party.
Me too.
Yeah,
forgot.
it was
She
really
invited me
cute.
too.
It was really cute. She was dressed up as Minnie Mouse, and her husband Devon was dressed as
Like a king, rapper or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell. He had a crown on. Oh shoot, forgot to put my phone on. Yeah, he had a crown on. So, and yeah,
What'd you go as?
myself.
I knew you was
So
about
how-
to say
so
that.
I had an arthritis moment. I call it an Arthur moment. My knee was
She
killing
didn't
me.
have
So
no damn arthritis on her Snapchat, which everybody can go to and watch her shopping
She
at
was breaking
Walmart
it down.
and acting like a floozy in her jacuzzi. She was climbing up a fucking fire truck.
okay, fine. I put ice on my knee. Okay, so by then I was
Anyway,
feeling
so
better.
who was at the party?
Melinda Williams was there. And Craig Wayans was there.
Okay, I saw that. He was dressed like a pimp, or what was that?
He was dressed like a something.
He had an afro.
It was a hybrid of something,
Okay.
you know, a pimp, dancer from the 70s. I don't know, solid gold.
We like Craig.
Yeah, we like
love
Craig.
Craig.
We like Craig a lot. Obviously, her sister Lamaya was there, who I just love and adore.
I heard Chris Brown was there.
Chris Brown showed up.
I heard he was in and out.
No pictures, please. Yep.
He said no pictures?
Well, his people said no pictures.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't a mugshot. It was just a Hollywood Unlocked photo cameras.
Exactly, and it's Megan's birthday party. Show, let them take a picture to say you came to support. What's wrong with that?
Eric Bellinger, was he there?
Yes, he was.
Of course, he had to be there.
He
It's
was,
her brother-in-law.
and I think he was like roller skating, like hardcore, breaking a sweat roller skating.
Really?
Roll
Yes.
bouncing it?
I'm positive that was him that I saw. You
Speaking
know,
of roll bounce, was Bow Wow there?
Bow Wow wasn't there, but Miss Jackson was there dressed as Nelly.
What?
Yeah, it was a great costume because she really.
What did she have on? She had the Band-Aid
Yep.
under her eyes on?
Yep, with I want to say it was like Nelly when he first came out, like country grammar Nelly.
Back when everybody knew who he was.
How'd
Wait, so I guess that's what you do when your partner can't make it. Like you just show up as them, so now you both are actually there.
That's funny.
It's
No,
double the support.
Listen, all jokes aside, I don't hate you, Nelly. I just thought that was some bitch ass shit.
Okay, well, yeah.
Anyway, I'm having flashbacks.
We'll just get Nelly to come on the show and y'all can, settle that shit there.
Yeah.
Or,
or in court if I get assaulted or stalked or in any way harmed in the public.
I mean, he's not. I can't speak on it. I want to say he's not that type of guy. I've always known him to be really, really nice. I was the Apple Bottom spokesmodel for a while, so he was always. Duh.
Damn.
Okay, well, shout out to Megan. Megan was such a good interview last week.
Yeah.
I actually, I was with Ray J yesterday and ran into Brandy's manager, and he said he wants Brandy to come on our show because he really likes the show, but he's a little nervous because he's seen all of our interviews. But he did say he wanted to see Megan's interview, which I thought was pretty safe.
That was probably, that interview was ran so good, so
Yeah.
well, seamless.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good word, seamless.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been learning.
I mean,
So, Giovanni, what did you do this week?
Real quick, man, it was my boy John Silver's birthday, man. Me and John danced for a lot of artists together. We just went to GS Lounge and then ended up at a hookah spot. Neo was me, him, Neo's wife, Mrs. Smith. That's her name, right? Miss Smith?
Crystal Renee?
Crystal Renee. Ooh, I feel stupid. Sorry. My first time meeting her, but we was all together. It was about 40, 50 of us. Ashley Everett, Beyonce's lead captain dancer. We all just had a good time, man. We got lit. Lit.
Okay.
That's my weekend.
Well, my weekend, of course, I went to Vegas. I flew to Vegas to roll with the money team.
God damn it, Jason.
To get on the money train. I'm telling you, I should get frequent flyer miles, but I don't.
Jason had me pack a bag and just have it ready by the door. And I just lay down on my couch and fell asleep with my shoes on, my dress on, ready to run out the door and head to Van Nuys Airport if I had to.
Let's tell it for real. Melissa Okay, Melissa is like bipolar. First, she wants to be Rihanna, turning up in the jacuzzi and flipping around like Beyonce in one of her famous videos. And then the next minute, she wants to be an old lady and don't want to go nowhere. We actually stayed up for almost 24 hours the day before. And you were able to sneak out. It was the funniest shit.
Oh my God.
So me and Melissa are at Floyd's house and we go in the guest bedroom, like we sneak away and go to sleep. We wake up in the middle of the night and everybody's gone. So we're like, fuck it, we can get out of here. It's like 3 a.m. We can escape. We're literally sneaking out the house.
Hilarious.
We're closing the door really carefully, but then the door slipped and closed.
Oh.
And then the door,
I was like, let's make a run for it.
2 doors down, the door opens up and Floyd sticks his head out and says, where y'all going?
Okay, wait, let me get this straight. Let me ask you. So it's like, when you with Floyd, oh, nigga, we turning up. Like he was.
I can't even say it's really a term. It's just like
part of the shit out of you.
We were watching some of his fights. We were watching TV. We were talking. We were listening to music. I mean, just chilling.
But eventually, you run out of gas. But
no. So let's go to my weekend recap. Okay. So really quick, this week I went to Vegas. And so I'll just fast forward. We did a lot of shit. I was like, yo, Floyd said, where y'all want to go next? I'm like, we went, first of all, we went to a crawfish restaurant. I don't eat crawfish.
I love crawfish.
Any type of food that falls in the slave category for me, which is like the bottom of the barrel type shit. Because those are like dirty animals, right?
Crawfish. That's a shrimp. Shrimps are like the roaches of the sea.
Did you just say shrimp?
Okay.
This
So we go to Crawfish. This is a restaurant where you have to actually eat the food with gloves on and a bib. So I was already bougie.
Yeah, be surgeon.
We leave there. Floyd's like, where y'all want to go? I'm like, why don't we go to Top Golf? Top Golf is this spot out in Vegas where there's a whole bunch of little boxes.
Like a driving range.
Yeah, but for golf.
Yeah.
Okay, and a bar and music and all that. So we go to Top Golf or whatever. And I look up and I'm like, yo, that looks like Flow Rider right there.
Why you sound like Ray J when you went right there?
Because I was with him last night for hours filming and it just, I don't know. So Flow Rider, is Melissa's ex-boyfriend. Hold on, wait. Let's not get too deep in that. Get into what happened.
And I don't really want to.
Let me say what happened. So Floyd is like, Flo, you got to do Jason's show. Jason's radio show is on fire. You got to do his show. His show is lit. Blah blah. So Floyd has pumped the radio show up beyond.
But Floyd is a little fucking shit starter because he knows exactly where this is going.
Wait a minute. So I look at Floyd. I'm like, you know who my co-host is, right? So Floyd's like, yeah. And then it hit Floyd. Which I believe he already knew what the fuck he was doing.
He acts innocent. He's smart.
Hit Floyd. He was like, tell Flo. I said, no, you tell Flo. He was like, nah, you tell Flo. I'm like, bro, you tell Flo since you brought it up. Flo's like, can somebody just tell me who's the co-host? I go, Melissa Ford. And he was like, oh shit, I can't do that show. He can do the. I said, look, we talk good about you every day.
You should wonder why he feels like he can't do the show.
You fucked up, huh? Oh, that okay. So
listen, Melissa, you once loved that man. I don't know much of his music.
I met Flo
I was going through a really difficult time during that relationship, so I don't know if I would even cop to that.
He put a chain around that neck and had you in Paris on yachts and fucking jet skis and beaches.
Is randomly super rich, which is
no,
crazy.
but I mean, he publicly said, "This is my girl," and you were publicly saying this was your man.
Okay.
So this is what I told Flo. Gio, I said, Flo,
I have amnesia.
I said, Flo, this is what we'll do. I'm going to tell Melissa that we booked somebody, and then I just want you to walk in the room.
She would probably get up and leave.
So I called Melissa. I told her what I did. She was like, motherfucker, if you would have did that,
it would have been a wrap.
It would have been good for the show.
Oh, because her natural reactions are the best. Her natural reactions are the best. I've seen them.
So nonetheless, that was most of my week. The other week, just today, I ran out of gas on the freeway. Shout out to Mike from Miami. I actually was like a white woman. I didn't know what to do. I was calling roadside assistance. I didn't even know if I had roadside assistance.
You ran out of gas in the middle of the freeway or on the side of the road?
We're driving on the freeway, and I knew the light had came on at the airport, but I was like,
I can make it.
And and I know the way Jason drives. He's in the left lane hauling ass.
And all of a sudden, the car shuts off. I'm thinking, I know I paid my payment, so they couldn't have sent a message to the satellite. So I'm thinking, damn. So then I start doing this with my thing like it's a manual or whatever. And he looking at me like, nigga, this didn't just turn into a stick shift. So then it's slowing down. I'm like, fuck it. Might as well just scoot over. So I scoot over and I'm like, damn, what do I do? So I'm making all these phone calls. Mike hops out the car, hops over the wall and goes to get gas. I'm thinking,
is he Mexican?
No.
He's right behind you.
He's behind you.
Oh, that's a nigga. My bad.
I've never dated anybody that could actually jump over a wall and go get gas. So I told Mike he ain't going back to Miami. But anyway, we had a good time. We're here. And today, so that's my weekend recap.
Good.
So today we're interviewing Tommie from Love and Hip Hop. She just walked in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have a metal detector?
Tommy Guns.
Tommie Guns.
That's what I call her.
That's
Tommie
a good
Tommy
one.
Guns. I think we're safe.
I actually like Tommie.
I think she.
I like her too.
I saw one of the show where she was being interviewed or whatever, talking to the psychologist, and she
Shout out to psychologists on Love and Hip Hop. Those people are really trying to figure out how fucked up we are.
She definitely has a soft, vulnerable side.
Does.
I'll say that about her. She definitely has a very soft, vulnerable side. So we want to get into all that, all sides of Tommie.
We didn't bring any metal detectors. We didn't bring any dogs with us.
Because I'm scrapped up, as always.
The one and only Tommie from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Tommy Guns. What up, Tommy?
We christened you Tommie Guns.
Yes.
Tommy
Yeah, you
Guns.
like that?
Yeah, that's what a lot of the rappers call me. They like that for me. I don't know why.
I like it.
So this is I don't think we haven't interviewed anybody else from a current Love and Hip Hop cast.
Nope.
Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Y'all are lit. I have so many questions. So I watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It's very terrifying for everybody. Is it terrifying shooting that show in Atlanta, or you just give zero fucks about
No,
everybody?
I just be like, pop that black bottle right now, please. And then I just, get in my zone. So, yeah, that's how we do.
So
Bel Air Rose, baby.
So for people that think that our show is fake, how real is the shit that you've been going through in Love in Atlanta?
It's really real. It's so real to the point where my, me and Scrap is not talking. Me and KK went through some things. I don't know what it is about the show that makes people. I don't know. It brings just out the bitch assness, like Diddy say, and a lot of people that you never knew was even there. Because like a lot of things I catch people saying about me that I call my family. It really hurt me to an extent where I be like, damn, that's how you feel. KK had a lot of shit to say about me on green screen that we never discussed. You know what I'm saying? When I say, how your scene go? Oh, it went good. That bitch was just talking shit about you. And I had to but you never mention all the shit you would say, like in green screen. And it's like, it's hard to differentiate do you really feel like green screen or do you really feel like in scene?
See what people don't really realize when we're shooting the show, you don't see any of that shit.
Until we watch it with y'all.
Right.
Like literally.
Wow.
So you're sitting at home like, okay, that's a black eye for that bitch.
Right.
That bitch is getting run over tomorrow.
Noted. It's noted.
No, and so then you show up at the reunion and you know all the bitches is in the building. So you're like, okay, I got you.
It makes sense now. Okay.
So what I love about Tommie joining Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I really felt like the storylines were getting boring. I felt like the show was getting boring. Then all of a sudden, this tumbleweed rolls in town, and you really were snatching everybody's wig on the show.
Yeah. About that, I'm really not a real big like shit starter. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I came in as humble as I could be, and they just.
Okay, so Tommie, let me ask you a question. For somebody who is not as well versed on the show, I speak for that portion of our audience. How did Love and Hip Hop come to find you and select you to be a new addition to the show? Like,
my boyfriend at the time, Scrap De Leon, they actually found him, and him and Stevie J's relationship, they thought it would be great, and of course he brought me along, and you know what I'm saying, and we all just we had an interview or whatever meeting, and they really loved me. Like from the meeting, they was just like always calling me like, oh, we seen what you put on Instagram. Oh, we see. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all, the police? Like, these motherfuckers see a lot of shit. I'm like, damn, they ain't tell me. It is before they even like told me, oh yeah, we want you. They was just like seeing everything. I was
First
like,
of all, I'm not a producer, but if Tommie walked in and gave us 10 minutes of this, of course you're going to be on Love and Hip Hop. You know why? Because she'll tell you, there are some people, I think once you get past the first or second season, it almost becomes like they're actors. So they think they're acting. Then you get somebody new in the show who's really like, I'm a real bitch.
yeah, and they monitor that.
I'm a real bitch, and I'm really not going to tolerate you really disrespecting me, because they feel like in front of millions you could put on the show, but then privately they want to be cool so they don't get fucked up.
Right.
And then you do your audition, then you're in the show. And how did people receive you? Like, how did you feel like the cast, were they threatened by you? Were they gravitating to you?
I feel like they were. I really hate that they are, but I really feel like they was threatened by me, and I understand it because I came in like everybody until I'm everybody's friend until you like you cross me or whatever. I'm not your friend, but I'm social. You know what I'm saying? I'm
cool,
cordial with everybody until you like cross me. We don't have no beef.
Okay, so
why make it up? Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me ask a question. I'm just gonna go down the list. And I'm gonna try and start with the one who's least, like problematic. So how are you with Arian? Do you guys cross paths at all?
Not really. Like at the party, she was real sweet. She made some like gay gestures to me.
So you think she was hitting on you?
She really was, but no, I don't have any problems with Arian.
Okay. So Mimi, what's your relationship or non-relationship
See
with
her
Mimi?
face and the way she swallowed that drink?
Well, no. Mimi, I just feel sorry for her. I just, you know what I'm saying? She's not even that type of, you know what I'm saying, catty girl. Like everything, she's so emotional.
Stevie, I just wanted you to know that Eva and my daughter is not going through.
Like everything is so like.
You
Scandal.
definitely don't have a
Calm your
problem
ass
projecting.
down.
Episode of Scandal. Drama.
Yeah, but so Mimi, like she said that one little thing, like, oh, I'm gonna see them after the party thing, but she didn't really mean nothing by it. She don't know what the hell she be talking about.
Okay, what about the BAM?
Bambi cool. I'm cool with
I fuck
Bambi
with
and
Bambi.
Tammy.
Okay.
I fuck with them.
Okay.
I'm cool with Bambi, Tammy. I love them. I think they real. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Carly Red.
First of all, there was all types of counter hopping on that ass. You know what? One thing I think that's
You could
funny about
jump,
Carly,
girl.
like I used to know Carly when she was a struggling actress out here in Hollywood or a struggling reality star, whatever she was struggling. She was just struggling. But you know what? Everybody goes through a struggle. I went through a struggle, so that's no shame. I found it really odd. Like after she did 2 seasons of Love and Hip Hop, I reached out to her and said, "Hey man, I'm proud of you." You know,
was brand new.
She was like, "Who did?" I was like, "Who is it? This is Joseline." She was like, "Who?" Then she had her sister call me back, so I deleted her number. It was no shade. It was just like, okay, you're one of those girls. So you come into the show, and how did that relationship go from like 0 to 100 so fast?
First of all, excuse me, I just burped. But,
It's okay, girl.
When she came like to the situation or whatever, she was just like. She took over the floor. Like people be like, "Oh, that's messed up how she did Tierra. Tierra didn't even know anything." But actually, I didn't invite Tierra to the party. Carly did, and we were both invited at the same day. Like if you pay attention to all the slow motherfuckers at home on the couch, like she invited both of us to the party. So it's not like I was just like, "Yo, Cardi said that." I didn't even have time to do that. So she played like all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like tried to. Man, I add.
Do you think
So,
she underestimated you?
I think she really did, and I think she still is. So yeah.
So y'all still have an open beef?
It's not even. I don't even just like wake up and start my day with any thoughts of any of those girls. But it's like it's still an open wound that I'm gonna address some things. You know what I'm saying? If I ran it, let's just say
So on site,
we out to eat in LA, and then Cardi walks in the room. You think I'm just gonna like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's clear.
I mean, you insert whatever you want. I'm not gonna say nothing. But
so
y'all just
Carly
put
Red
that
on
together.
site, you got a problem. So let's keep
Go
going
ahead.
down this list.
Okay, so Joseline.
Wait, you said wait.
Sorry.
Joseline, that's gonna be there's a lot of conversation in Joseline.
well, listen, okay.
What about Dime Piece? Jessica Dime Piece?
Sorry, I missed that one.
She's the girl with the pink hair.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Oh, that girl. Yeah.
Okay, so moving right along.
Tiara?
Tiara. Oh yeah, you guys have like major history
That
because
was like one of the
Yeah.
best fights of that season.
Yeah.
When the all white, sometimes people think that every time you put on all white, you're angelic and holy and pure.
Not even
I
a little
was all
bit.
of those things. Who wouldn't agree?
Until you got up and started throwing them things.
Okay, so
took me
hold-
back to Stockton,
so-
California.
So just to,
Okay, Melissa,
Okay,
let me
yes.
do this. You
Okay.
seem real reserved and real classy and all this with your little white picket skirt on. So if somebody throw a drink on you, what are you going to do?
well, somebody actually on my reality show hit me in the head with a bottle. Yes.
No, like one of these, like a bottle.
No. Actually, it was bigger than that.
See, our
Are
set,
you
they don't let
serious?
Yes, and to this day, I absolutely have no memory of it. But people told me what I did, and people told me that I lunged for her and tried to kill her. But I have no memory of any of
See,
it.
the thing
And I just want to say you was right.
Thank
see
you.
the difference between their show
How
and
your
our
head
show.
feel?
I think our show makes a lot of people feel really comfortable to be really flagrant because there's so many security. There's no bottles. There's no forks, knives, or
Yeah,
objects that you
but-
can hurt somebody with.
Yeah, but my show.
Your show, did they have bottles that day?
Well, no. Nope. And
But you all have
we had,
security,
like,
too.
plastic cups and everything like that. We don't none of that. Like
Yeah.
even when we was at the tea shop, I just seen them just shuffling around. Carly was like, and I was like, what the fuck going on? And then they took my cup, and then next thing I know, they brought the tea back with ice, and I'm like, I didn't ask for iced tea. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they be really like
Aware.
on it. Like
Yeah, well, our show is the complete opposite because we were set up to be the show that depicts black women as being able to solve conflict without combat. Yeah,
Right.
well, yeah, not
Yeah.
so motherfucking much. So
I want to just say something about solving conflict without combat. It needs to be a certain type of tone set for that. It's no way possible you're gonna have like all these bottles of alcohol around and try to do that. Like,
Right.
okay, it's just like going to counseling. If you go to a counselor, you're not gonna be inebriated. You understand what I'm
What's the
saying?
word again?
Inebriated.
Okay.
If you're in a council
Melissa's not
session,
the only person that knows these big words.
No,
she dropped
I
that.
didn't hear her, so I had to ask. Go ahead.
oh, you
sweetheart.
trying to play me?
No, never that. I didn't hear it. I
Gio,
really didn't
you
hear
should
it.
She-
move
she
over
ain't gonna-
here.
Don't
She
try
will fucking
No, I really didn't
harm
hear it.
you.
Gio, you gonna be on your own.
Tommy Jones. I really didn't hear it. That's why I was going. But continue.
Okay.
All right, Tommy, we gonna give you- we
just
gonna
like
give him a
in a
pass.
council session, you will not sit down with all of these, spirits and stuff like that and try to get something resolved. So if your show was about that, they was in the wrong for having bottles around anyway. If it's about black women trying to solve conflict without violence.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
That was deep.
yes.
That was
they
so-
contradicted their damn self with that shit.
So
and had no security available whatsoever.
So with you and
Yeah.
Tierra, where are y'all at now? Are y'all cool, civil, beefing? What's the relationship?
because neither of you are with Scrap right now.
No.
Okay.
Nobody's with Scrap. He's in
Nobody-
prison.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. There's women that are like,
Hey,
that's
hold
my
on,
boo.
I'm with Scrap.
That's my
I
boo.
am with Scrap. That's gonna be my
okay.
friend forever.
Okay.
So yeah,
And
I
for
don't
people
want
who
to say
don't
that
know,
like that. Nobody's
Scrap
with
Daily
Scrap. I don't
got-
like how that even sounds or feels. I still love him, and I still got a lot of love for him.
So was your fighting with Tierra more about loving him and less about the other woman?
My fight with Tierra was more about her throwing a drink in my face.
Okay. So once she did that, it set the tone for her to get her ass
that's
whipped on
it. So
sight.
everybody
Yeah, that's so
can't-
disrespectful, though.
It really was, and my whole thing was I had a whole plan. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get to know this girl. I'm gonna be her friend. We're gonna set Scrap up. That's how I wanted to do it.
On some woman power type shit.
I wanted to be, I
Right.
wanted to be like, oh yeah, they gonna roll up on us with the cameras.
Then she
Scrap
threw a
gonna
drink
be
in your
with
face.
her at dinner, or they gonna be in a bedroom, and I should just, you know what I'm saying? Because I never caught, like, out of all of my years of in a relationship, I never caught my man like in the act. How would that feel? I just wanted to know, like, how would it feel to just catch him
I
dead
have.
ass in the?
Okay, look at you, son. You really, I can tell like you really, really love Scrap because it been sometimes where you go from 0 to 1,000 within half a millionth of a second.
Yeah.
You be sitting there crying, I love you. Next to you, motherfucker, like
Oh wait. There was that one scene
when
with
she
the
did
fu-
the Spider-Man.
I had to turn the channel. It was too much.
She said, and wrapped her legs around this.
We'll just call it passion.
That
She's
was
a
natural,
passionate person.
We do that all the time. But
So when
you
it's
really
a
love
different-
him, huh?
What?
You really love him.
I really did. I really do. I don't know right now as
See,
far as
yeah, you in limbo.
So once she threw the drink, that pretty much just set the stage to get fucked up on site, period. Okay. So now she's the non-factor, or that's still an open wound too?
no, like I could really sit down and have a conversation with other people and Tierra be right there.
And she's pregnant now, right?
I believe so. That's what they said. I don't know.
But there were reports that it's not Scrap's baby.
It's not. She's married,
No,
apparently.
she's married. She
Yeah.
married
That
somebody.
doesn't mean shit.
Okay, sorry. You're
Yeah,
right.
from the
You're
pictures,
right.
it's not Jay Nix. So, she's good at juggling like 3-4 dicks at a time. That's always been her thing. So,
She
Bottom
she
belly
could go on
and
the
basil.
road.
somebody got lucky.
That's a different
And I
type
mean,
of
they
circus
both-
act.
it
That's
worked out.
see.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
have to now ask about the most infamous beef.
Wait, hold on. What?
This one last
Okay.
person.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this.
Okay, go ahead.
Because no,
This is
listen,
the highlight of my life, bitch.
it really is.
Tommy, funny
Let me
too.
say.
I like that.
So I went to Wild. I was a fan of Joseline, like a fan, because I thought she brought the heat. She was good, and her accent is
I
pretty.
have like a
sexual.
real backstory story on Joseline.
That
Go ahead.
accent.
I
So-
want to hear that.
It's
Wait,
not really
so
all
I
that
went.
big,
Oh, wait, so I
but-
went. Well, your backstory or back shot?
Really?
Okay,
Really?
Well, you
no,
don't want a back shot because she's not manicured down there. But you didn't hear that from me.
Oh,
Oh wait, so we're not gonna talk about anal wigs, but look. Okay, so real shit. I see her backstage at Wild 'N Out, And her and Stevie, I guess, are in a big argument, but I wasn't aware they were arguing because I just wasn't paying attention to them like that. But I wanted to meet her and introduce myself. So I'm standing there waiting until she's walking in her trailer and she stops and she looks my direction. She's like, hey, motherfucker, I know what you trying to do. And I know you trying to get in my business so you can go and report that. I know what the fuck you. So I started laughing. I'm looking like, who's she talking to? She reading the fuck out of somebody. But there's nobody behind me. So I'm like, are you talking to me? She was like, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to get a picture and all that. She comes out and she's like, did you really just want to meet me? I'm like, yeah, I kind of like you, but you. So that showed me she was a little ticky boom boom, right? So then I tried to reach out to her on somebody, want to interview or whatever. And so she went out telling people, don't fuck with him. And this, she doesn't, that was the only time we met. So she's
Everybody do you like that? Why?
She's all types of crazy.
I seen them done that to you on the Hollywood show. They just be like, you messy and this and that. Like, what happened?
Our new season of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is about to air next Monday. I don't know what that messy is. Like, if you fuck somebody in public with no protection and I report that, why am I messy? You did that.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. I concur.
If you went and sucked the dick at the skating ring trying to get your 2-for-1 hot dog on, how the fuck am I bad for reporting that?
What if you did it?
Oh, I will tell you.
Oh no,
open book.
What if you did it and somebody else told it? So
he tells on himself.
I tell on myself.
Tommie, I can tell you, he tells on himself all day long.
I just told a story a couple weeks ago. I can't say it anymore because our sponsor didn't like it, but I'll tell you offline. It was some really reckless shit, I guess. But to me, it was just telling my business. Because
Jason described himself as an oops baby. Like he
my daddy was fucking everybody. Oops, I was.
His daddy's pull out game wasn't good.
A drive-by. That's what he called it.
I don't even think the nigga got out the car and tell you the truth. Shout out to my mom, rest in peace, but you was doing that shit. So like you and Joseline. So you want to set it up or?
Well, I mean,
so Joseline is the queen of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and then here comes Tommie.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, the both of you are in the blogs right now. As a matter of fact, here we go.
Before you get to the blogs, because I really know all that shit.
Here's the picture. That's what's.
I thought that was old girl from Empire.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. Okay.
Okay. Our audience may not be able to hear that.
Okay. So what I just showed her is a picture of what was pulled off of the blogs. This is from TMZ. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Joseline Hernandez. My co-star tried running me over. Keep her away. And she says that you tried to run her over about 3 times.
It's on that too.
So we're just, trying to get to the bottom of all of this.
I don't know
so you have been ordered
about.
to stay a football field away from the girl.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's
Football
far.
field.
You know what? The girl that hit me with the bottle, she wasn't even told to stay. She was told to stay 10 feet away from me. I had a terrible lawyer.
Damn.
So Joseline. So let me ask. So Joseline. So as I was saying, Joseline was known as the queen of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Nobody could touch Joseline. Carly was scared of her. Everybody was scared of her. Mimi wasn't as scared of her, but she still wasn't really trying it. You came in the show and you literally gave no fucks when it came to Joseline, and actually became, in my opinion, one of the fan favorites, if not the fan favorite of the last season. My favorite, not because I secretly don't like Joseline, but because I felt like you were really
Secrets out.
You were really real. How did that relationship fall apart so quickly?
I just believe it was just like an ego thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though I might feel like I was so real and I was just so genuine to her, she might have took it as that I'm coming for her in some way. And that's the thing with women. They be secretly jealous and they don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they can't help it. It's just like a female trait. And I don't possess that a lot because I was raised up around a lot of men, and it's just like, fuck it. You fuck my girl. Oh, you still my nigga. She's the bitch. She's the hoe. I was raised around that type of atmosphere. So when it comes to like women and little, the secret jealousies and this and the back and forth tit for tat shit, I don't know how to do that so much. And I don't even know how to look at it like a bitch is looking at me like I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't catch it. I didn't catch a lot of signs that been there. And when I talked to KK, she like, but she been did this and she been did that. And I was like, yeah, it do make sense now. And I just feel like it's a woman's trait to always want to have like control, like I don't know. What is the...
Well, New York, from I Love New York, said that the way she came up with her character or her persona was when she walked in the room, she wanted to be the only woman that mattered. She wanted to own the room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that might be the way she feel. But see, me, I feel like, you want to be the only woman that matter, but bitch, when Tommie come in the room, you don't matter. So then there I go being a woman too.
So how did it escalate from that to you wanting to run her down? Was it like a John Deere scooter or was it like a SUV? What type of car were you trying to?
I was just in a little 300. My other car.
Chrysler.
My other. Never,
300?
bitch.
You tried it
That's
twice.
only, no, it's not.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is, Tommy,
A Mercedes.
Tommy.
It was just a little C300.
I'm
I have
sorry.
I have a
Stop
CLS
fucking
500.
Jason.
All I'm gonna say, just-
I'm gonna upgrade them
just
cars.
as a
on y'all, 'cause I know y'all gonna try to ground me and shit.
just as a disclaimer, we don't have insurance here at the radio show. So when Tommy fucks you up,
He is a mess.
Tommy, you know I love you. I
You
really
don't.
I
You keep
really
trying to,
no.
like,
well, I do.
Slick.
So I just
No,
want,
I'm not.
I do. So I just want to know: do you need more gas money when you get back to Atlanta?
I gave her Tommy guns.
No.
So now-
but I tell you what, I do need money for, and that's my flavor Chardonnay that's coming out.
Okay.
And it's a pair of flavor Chardonnay, and also my sunglasses. Kilt. I could have some little.
Are those the
endorsements
sunglasses
on that
right there?
shit as well.
shit's
How you
hard.
want to help me?
Are those the
How you
sunglasses
want
right there?
Cash? What you want? Cashier's check, nigga.
I got a credit
What's
score
up?
of 934. I can help you out.
So back to
934.
back to mowing down Joseline. So when you tried to run her over the first time, were you really trying to really hit her, or was it just to scare her or to let her know like I'm really not with the
KK
shit?
always got this thing, and she say I drive like Cruella DeVille. Maybe she got it confused or whatever when I was just trying to pull up and park.
Yeah.
You know?
But 3 times? Was it 3 different
Well,
incidences?
there was the one clip.
Okay.
This is how I came to know Tommy.
Okay.
I'm chilling at somewhere at home, I think, just feet up, maybe watching Judge Judy. Shout out to Judge Judy.
Okay.
And there's a clip of somebody. It was a black car. Was that the black
Yeah,
300?
that was the black-
And Stevie was holding you back,
Yeah,
and you were
yeah.
trying to literally kill her.
Stevie's so weird. When I look at the video, it's like he like, hold on, he like, get out the way, Tommy. I'm like, what the fuck was he doing?
See my Stevie
It was
face?
so
You see my Stevie
bored.
face?
He was just like, I was like, oh my god, lifting me up.
So
by
it was
the
like
booty.
part protection, part fondling, just a little bit.
Yeah, part finding
You got accosted.
Like, he's just so weird. But that's my nigga though. I fuck with Stevie. Like, since all of that shit, we became really like cool. And he's been giving me a lot of business advice and things like that. Like,
So what did you
I look
think?
at him in a whole nother light, you know.
So when she went online saying that Stevie was gay and did the whole, I mean, it may have been a fake, lie detector test. What did you think about that?
I thought what she said was he watched gay porn. And I thought about it in a way it's like, shit, if he watched 2 women fucking, that's gay porn. Could have been like that.
True.
That's deep.
But she also said that he molested his daughter.
I didn't like that. And I thought that was the ultimate, like, if he ever
Disrespect.
goes back and mess with her after that, then I could never fuck with a person like that because that's some sucker shit. If you ever drag me with my kids like that, that's all bets are off, bitch. You got it all messed up.
So
you don't play with somebody's family like that, and you don't play with somebody's kid like that. And I felt like it was all more hurting because he actually had Eva around her. And, you know, if you had those type of sick thoughts on the under, it's no telling how you would treat my daughter when I'm not around. And that's nothing that should be overlooked, ever. And you can't sweep that under the rug.
Right.
So the only 2 things that we have that we can't touch or that we really don't talk about are people's kids. Kids are off limits.
Yeah.
And outing people, trying to say somebody's gay or not. There's just 2
Right.
things.
Right.
That's really like the only 2 things. I mean, that we don't do. But I thought that was kind of low. And then
Very.
it's almost like I was confused. Like you're fighting for the love of this man, but then you're saying he's a child molester and he's watching gay porn. Like I don't know what that was.
I kind of think about when it goes, okay, back to a woman thing. We say things that hurt, like I said, what I said about, you know, what I was going to make Stevie do to scrap or whatever. But it's just so far. She went too far. You know, I thought she might have thought that was, oh, well, Tommy did it. Let me try to hit him with and make him get some attention from him. But that is too far. And that is not, like, you really sick to even think, you know what I'm saying, to the details of it and everything that you did. It's just like, nah, man, you got some other shit going on. And that's not cool at all. I don't play with children. Everybody knows that about me. I do not play with children. I love my children. They are not on social media every other day. We not talk about, oh, me and the kids went to have ice cream. None of that. Because if a pedophile or if anybody like address my kids in a way that I don't like, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, it was just the internet.
No,
I'm gonna be
you've
like,
made that clear what
I
you will do
wanna
to them.
see how this person, where is this IP address? You know what I'm saying? I do not play with kids. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Period. I don't like that. And I don't even want to keep talking about that.
Okay, so there were rumors that Joseline wanted you to have a threesome with Stevie. True or false?
That is absolutely false. Joseline, as insecure as she is, would never want me to sleep with her man. You want to know why? Because I will take that nigga. No, but for real. Like, no, that is not true. She did that because she thought she was going to clown me by saying that, but I would never do that because the love I have for Scrap and the love I don't have for Stevie, and he's just not attractive to me in like any light.
Y'all seem like just homies. At least at the reunion, y'all just seem like
for real,
homies.
and that's all we could ever be.
So yeah, her exact. She has a quote that says, because this was from VH1, "I'm drunk or whatever, so I'm gonna let that bitch eat my pussy, and then I'm saying send her away."
You got to say it in her
I
dialect.
I can't.
Who's saying this? Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
Yes.
Do it in Jocelyn. I don't know.
I cannot imitate the accent.
Let me do it.
I'm not
What
that
is it?
talented. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Where's it at?
Spent all season trying to seize fit the Tommie turns into the wildest episode. You and Jocelyn are pretty. Telling Tommie Lee. I don't see.
But the quote is at the top, underneath
right
the
here.
headline. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
There
you go.
Right here. I'm drunk.
Okay. I'm drunk or whatever, so I'm gonna let this bitch eat my pussy, and then I'm saying I'm gonna say send her away.
That was a good interpretation.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
So what do you think of the men of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? So, I mean, besides Stevie, like Young Jock and all those other characters, Scrappy, are you guys cool? Are you cool
Me
with
and
the other
Jock
guys?
are pretty cool. Me and Scrap, we, it's funny, me and Scrappy, because my hairstylist used to try to hook us up before I was on this shit and everything. And we had one little, I don't know if you call it a date, but I went to KOD with him. Well, actually, I appeared. They was already there, and I came a little later, and he was really cool. The conversation was great, but all of them are like, I could put them in the brother category. Like they funny, and I like guys who got a sense of humor. So that's just that. I'm not checking for anybody.
So what type of guy can tame Tommie then? What kind of guy would it take? What kind of guy would it take to tame you?
Okay, it'll take a guy that's not trying to tame me, one. And it'll take a guy that just likes me for who I am, two. And three, I just like a guy with a lot of self-esteem and he God-fearing. Like, you got to have some type of background. I like a thug, but I don't like just no thug-ass nigga like, fuck God! Like, no, it can't be that. It can't ever be that, baby. No.
That's the Antichrist.
This is the side of Tommie that I think the world needs to see. This girl is
I
hilarious.
really like her.
That's
You
the-
I
funny as
fucking
shit.
like
That's
her.
the kind of guy that claims Antichrist. He don't claim Blood or Crip. Okay, so you're single now.
Okay, but wait, hold on. But there's one thing that we haven't talked about because it was everywhere. It went viral. The video of you being pulled over by the police.
Yeah.
And then dragged out of the car. Give us your side of the story because from the outside looking in, I'll say what I saw when I watched the video. It looked like you were in the back seat. And as somebody in the back seat, I don't think you should have to get the fuck out of the car. I think you could be as drunk as you want to be in the back seat of a car. I don't know, but that's just what it looked like to me. They dragged you out and Jesus, you hit the pavement hard.
And I had a knot on my head so big, like I couldn't film green screen because even with the makeup, it was just like, it's not, you know how it has to be. Like,
Yeah, no, I know.
continuity,
I know what you mean.
I couldn't film.
Right.
I was in the back seat.
Okay.
My friends, the arresting officer didn't know who was. He felt like somebody switched seats. He said it was movement in the car.
Right.
When you watch the video, if the tent is so dark, if it was any movement in the car, you didn't see it.
Right.
Then when he asked me over and over again to get out, I was reluctant to get out because I've been watching TV and I've been seeing what's going on. Like, I don't want to get out of here. And what did I do? Like, just tell me what I did. And he never did that. He never told me that. He never gave me my rights. Never. Like, he was just like, get out of the car. Get out of the, you know what I'm saying? I'm just asking, what did I do? What did I do? And then he just slammed me out of the car. And I felt like I was manhandled. And as a woman, you just don't handle. I'm now put me and put in a white woman's face on me, and then you think about how they would have handled her. I never ever seen a white woman being handled like that.
Right.
And not to make this about race, but like I just never seen it.
Right.
Ever in life.
And if you look at what's happening in the country, it is about race. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at
But
it.
I don't want to be the one to say it because, I'm on that nigga shit. So they just like, oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with that now? Are you pursuing anything?
I
with them?
am doing a civil
Lawsuit.
suit, yeah, on them
Okay.
or whatever. And I just don't want to talk too much about it because
Sure.
I don't want to be triggered. I am a trigger because I have a past of,
An arrest record.
a criminal
Right.
activity.
Yeah.
So I just, I want this to go as smooth as possibly and me to get me and me to move on. That's it.
Well, speaking of the criminal activity at the reunion, there was rumors before the reunion that you weren't going to go to New York, and it was because you had a warrant. Are you warrant free now?
Warrant free.
No, I'm not warrant free, and I have a warrant that is a non-extraditional warrant, and I cannot go back to a certain state, and I don't plan on it. But I do have my lawyers working on it, whereas though we are going to address the situation and get it over with because I'm tired of this.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But for all the ignorant people out there, when you have a non-extraditional warrant, you can move about the country. And it wasn't that the network wouldn't pay for my ticket. It's because by law, they cannot transport a fugitive. Being that I do have a non-extraditional warrant makes me still a fugitive. So they cannot pay for me a ticket to go anywhere because that puts them at jeopardy with the law themselves. I would not want y'all to do that. But I would not want to pay for my own motherfucking ticket. So I made a big deal about it.
I just have to say she is fascinating.
I love her.
Like, I kid you not.
But I'm gonna tell you where she
Bonnie
missed.
and
I'm gonna tell you where
Clyde
she
in
missed
this
her
bitch.
moment though. She should have dropped a "I'm a fugitive" shirt, and then on the back, "Catch me if you can."
Oh,
That I'm just saying.
Coming
Jason's
soon.
really good for
Yes,
coming
you
up with
can.
stuff like that.
I
You
mean,
should
'cause
be
she
getting
got-
business information,
she got- she got-
advice from him.
She got earnest, but she got a whole bunch of followers. Like her fans really love her.
Yeah, no, that's clear.
you got
That's
big
clear.
catch me.
You know
solid
who's
core Tommie fans.
Tommy, you know who's a fan of yours? I'm not sure if you know who he is. Are you familiar with the actor Laz Alonso? No. Okay, he's been at Stomp the Yard.
He's been at
He's about to be on the show. He's been in
Really?
Avatar.
I'll pull it up.
He's on TV. He's on this TV show with Deborah. He in white people stuff, girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's
that Kris Jenner business.
he's
Laz
kind of a
Alonso.
big deal.
He's Dominican and he's actually.
He's
good
not
looking.
Dominican.
Yes,
He will kill you for
What
saying
is
that
he?
he's Cuban.
Oh,
he
shit.
will kill you for saying that.
Well, he's
Look at her
Spanish.
face.
Is
Laz.
he in a wait a minute. Is it okay? It's a movie called How to Be Single. I watched it on the airplane. It's a black guy in it. I don't know.
No, I don't think
It's
I don't know
not
if that's him.
I swear it looks like
But
him.
anyways,
He's Cuban. My bad. We'll edit out the
Yeah.
Dominican part, but he's really
Yeah.
good
no,
looking.
keep that in.
He is
Yeah,
fine.
he is very attractive. So
Yeah.
I've known him. He's like a brother to me. I've known him for like 13 years or something like that. So I was talking to him about the fact that you were coming up on the show. He was like, "Oh, I love her." I was like, first of all, you watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I didn't expect that from him." He was like, "Oh, I'm all the way in it."
Laz found me at a party and was like, "I love and hip hop."
But this is what he said to go, to kind of like, connect what you said earlier is that when people come on reality shows, the first, 1 to 2 seasons, they're raw, they're real, but then let them get on for about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Suddenly they got publicists and managers and they get real
everybody
safe.
in their ear and
And they
telling
become-
them how not to be.
Exactly. He was just like, that's why I like Tommie. He was like, she is so real and raw and he was like, but nice and sweet and vulnerable. He was like, I love her. So you have a fan and a very big actor.
Melissa, like everybody always like it's always a third party coming. This person loves you. That person loves
It's
you.
a good feeling.
People's managers been calling me to set up date, and I'm like, why don't they tell me? I think men are scared of me at this point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
I
want to
feel you.
change. Like I've been
You know
in
what?
my
No,
bag.
wait.
Like just over the weekend, I was just like crying in my
No,
room
see,
because
Tommie
I was
Gunn.
like, I'm so lonely. Like
Here's what I like
was like,
of
okay,
his.
after I get finished entertaining these motherfuckers, now I go back here and I just be lonely as hell. You know what I'm saying? Nobody to like text me like, oh, how did it go?
The last
are you
episode
okay?
I saw of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was when you with the therapist or you open up to the lady. And I think that allowed people to see a side of you that I saw. And I said, yo,
I saw that
actually
too.
feel like
Yeah.
I fuck with her.
Yeah, actually,
Because it people just see, oh, Tommie be drunk all the time, but they don't know it's
not
always
that.
a stimulant of something
Yeah.
of why people react and behave. And when you opened up and showed that side, I said, damn, she got a story.
well, I will say too, I
That's deep.
I
So
did like
applaud you on that.
I did like Tommie from the turn up, but seeing that episode, it did make me think of you differently because it was like
Yeah.
because you really the show doesn't really let you get to know
Right.
everybody's
Yeah.
story. You know, like I'm sure she doesn't just walk in the building and go from 0 to 1,000. Like there's a
it's
lot of
reason
editing.
and everything.
Yeah.
And I respect her.
Yeah,
on
she
that.
definitely seems like she's got a lot of layers to her,
Yeah.
you know, and that you're cool.
Love y'all.
So let's talk about her business layer because I know you have some projects you're working on.
Yeah, I want to know
Yeah.
what that is.
I'm working on my eyewear. It's called Kilt. I always wear frames or whatever because like outside of like when I'm drinking, I am kind of like shy. So I just don't like a lot of people, especially in the airport. Like,
Eye contact,
when
girl.
my
I feel you.
managers- Ooh,
I'll be wearing sunglasses at 9:00 at night because I'm afraid of the eye contact
Yes,
because
and
I
they
don't want
just
the
like
conversation.
stare you down aggressively.
Is that timing?
So
Is that
it's just
timing?
like, yo, let
That's
me just.
timing.
So I got my frames coming out. It's called Kilt or whatever, and I had like the Tommy guns on the arm where
Nice.
it's gangster, so all the men could wear it too. So you know, I got that, and then I have like I have a flavored Chardonnay coming out. So yeah.
What's the
name of it?
Chardonnay called?
I don't have a name yet, guys. I don't want no ideas. I just want to get in my bag and do it. But I know I'm very passionate about Chardonnay because I love it. I drink it all the time. I drink it every day, and I wish all these bitches could drink it with me.
Well, one glass of Chardonnay will get all the
They hate
bitches
it
away.
because it's bitter.
Y'all still got that picture.
I said one glass of Chardonnay will get all the bitches away.
There's your tagline right there.
Away.
No, like, you know, all the bitches that are in your city. Just
one glass of
Yeah.
Chardonnay and get all the
moment.
bitches away.
Yeah.
I must say, I still got a picture of you, Brandon, on the episode where you was taking that ballet class. And you
my
walked
God,
out and
don't
that
do
camera
it.
caught that monster of an ass. I said, Jesus. Jesus.
I'm battling with
you
myself.
You ain't have no
And
leotard
that's-
on. You had a thongatard on.
And that's why
I'm
we
battling myself right now because I have daughters and looking at them, I'm like, at what age?
What-
I think it came too
Wait, how many
fast.
babies you got?
2 daughters, and it's just like when I look at them and I just think about the age group, I'm like, I didn't have an ass till I was like. It took a long time to get an ass.
Well, those
I was skinny as hell in high school. Nobody noticed me. Then now I'm a fucking adult. But I wanted the ass in high school because you wanted to be like walking through the hall with the ass.
That
Girl,
ass will
I
get your
had it.
Netflix
I
movie.
had
I
it.
had no ass.
I had
ain't
it.
no titties. I was like just a slim gym. Then the ass came
Out of
too late.
nowhere.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
that was
popular no more.
definitely
Bitch,
a
every
detail of the show
grown
that I
up got an
didn't
ass.
catch.
Well, that episode definitely showed me that
Yeah.
you worth that Netflix bill getting paid.
Oh my god.
So if they ask you to return to Love and Hip Hop, are you coming back?
No, I gotta talk to my accountant.
Because it's all about the Benjamins.
Maybe. It's like, nah, I ain't gonna never diss Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? I look at a lot of people, I ain't gonna say no names and how they treat them.
Yeah.
And I know that they was the start of their whole empire and they upcoming, and I just feel like that's whack. If Love and Hip Hop asked me to come back, I'm definitely there with bells on, nigga, and I'm gonna bring a whole crazy
bringing the
show than the
Chardonnay.
one before because my life has been like, I wish they could get every single day. I need a camera every
follow you around.
day.
Jason needed a camera today
I
when
swear.
he when he
Why
ended up
get your own
And
show
even
now?
with the shit I post on Instagram, it's just like so many people like, yo, you need your own show.
I was
You need to
about to
do. And that's what they always say.
I
But
feel
like,
that.
it's real life, right?
I feel like you might get your own show.
Well, I will say that I appreciate what you just said because actually, if I showed you one of my last text messages to Stephanie, I always say to her, like, motherfuckers will show up 4.5, 5 hours
Wait,
late. to
Stephanie,
set.
for everybody who's
Our
listening.
executive
Yo,
producer,
they be
Stephanie.
doing that.
I'd
They
be
be
like,
like-
you show up 6 hours late, then you want hair and makeup, then you want somebody to go get you food, then you want to come. I mean, this is a job. And I appreciate that, like, for a lot of people, this show has revived a lot of people's careers because a lot of people on my show, I mean,
And they forget about how they started, how
Right.
you even got to this point.
Right.
How you even got to, bitch, ain't nobody was getting you no goddamn meals for breakfast and you was getting your makeup done. Knock it off, ho. You was motherfucking in there patting with the MAC makeup with your one brush having ass. And you never had a meal till you went downstairs and warmed up a Hot Pocket, ho. So knock it off, bitch. Now you important. Crazy. It's just so crazy.
So who do we send this clip to? Who do we send that to?
Send that to all the Love and Hip Hop cast members.
Signed Tommie and good co-sign
So wait,
Joseline.
Tommie, let me ask you your opinion on somebody because you're kind of giving me the same energy as her. It's a compliment because you're just so real. Everything that you think falls out of your mouth, and it is
Cardi
it
B.
is yes.
Cardi B.
What is your thoughts on Cardi B? Because I love her
follow-
too.
I follow Cardi B.
Yeah.
When I knew she was gonna be when they showed the thing about
Yeah.
her being on Love and Hip Hop, I was like, oh shit, this nigga made it. Like, I really was already following her. She used to be so funny. I should show my little sister, man, look at this crazy ass. You know, we from the same walks of the east side. You know what I'm saying? From North, she from New York or whatever. So like, I identified with her. She keep me laughing. Like, I fuck with Cardi.
Hysterical.
The shmoney.
Yeah.
Shmoney.
and
I
that's
fuck
why
with Cardi. And even on the music shit, like, I just think of it from a humorous side. Like, you know what I'm
She
saying?
actually
This
putting
shit's
out
funny.
hot songs.
She is. She really like, man, she's the person that I would say, like, I'm proud of you, Cardi. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like really proud of her.
Yeah.
No, I'm proud of Cardi, but I'm also proud of you. And I'm glad that
Yeah.
you're on the show. I think you're definitely the reason why people are watching. I know, like, I tuned into the reunion waiting to see what you were going to be doing. I didn't like your wig, by the way. I didn't like the hair.
the reunion?
No,
On
I
the
didn't
short
like it.
joint?
Like, I love your hair today.
love this.
It wasn't a wig.
That was your hair?
No. It was like a quick weave. My stylist, she's like the top stylist.
I like your hair. Like, I like
the
your hair right
Pocahontas,
now.
the nigga
But
Hondas.
A lot of people say that. Like, I was like, maybe.
But what
I don't know.
it was good reunion hair because it's like, you know,
It's a change.
It's a
different. You
change
don't
and
wanna
it's
come
something.
rocking the
Yeah.
same shit
I like what you had on, though.
all season. You did.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, it was dope.
So let
Shout
me-
out to Amy.
So let me predict what's going to happen. Tommie's going to come back next season. She's a fan favorite. All the girls have seen that she doesn't give a fuck about anybody. They're going to all try to be a friend. Watch.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
It's what's happening to Jason right now, for
What's
the
that?
most part.
Well,
Everybody is
trying
kind
to-
of jumping on
Yeah.
the
Hey, them
Jason
hoes
Lee.
don't like me, y'all.
It's
I don't know.
interesting.
Y'all think that's far fetched. Like, I don't know. But if so, I don't want to be y'all motherfuckers' friend because when I try to be y'all motherfuckers' friend, y'all want my goddamn friend. Fuck that.
Okay, well,
Sticking to my guns.
we're going to wrap up here. I'm
that.
appreciative that you
Sticking to
came
my
through.
guns.
Yes, thank
Hopefully
you.
we get to do more stuff with you in the future, content, something. But
Yeah.
stop smelling her hair. She gonna.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
We're gonna sign out now, so there's no witnesses.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Rub on that hair, man.